ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपतरामयं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमामि विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य। Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So we are reading from Canto 3, and rather we have just completed Canto 3. So we will take a small revision in some few days. It will go on. We'll recite some important shlokas of third canto. The topics of third canto, a brief, very, very super brief revision of third canto. Third canto is called as the status quo. And the status quo, it has 33 chapters. Now just let's remember what are the things that we have studied in this chapter, right? So there is an intense remembrance of Lord Krishna, and this is the recurring thread in Srimad Bhagavatam, the remembrance of the Supreme Lord. So Vidurji is on the pilgrimage, and it's a very, very long pilgrimage lasting for decades. Okay, it's not 4 days of yatra he has gone to. We know that Vidurji left when Mahabharat war started, and Lord Krishna left the planet after 36 years of Mahabharat war. And here Vidura is meeting Uddhava on the way. They are remembering Lord's pastimes, chapter 2 and 3. And Uddhava, very beautiful shlokas there. He is overwhelmed by intense remembrance of the Supreme Lord. And he guides Vidura to meet another personality who is Maitreya Muni. And Maitreya Muni takes Vidura through different narrations. So when Vidura is approaching Uddhava, the feeling of Vidura is that of a great intimacy, and Uddhava is way younger in age to Vidura. He's like grandson to Vidura. But in case of Maitreya, the entire query about the Supreme Lord goes very philosophical. So then there is a discussion of universal form, and then there is how the manifestation is taking place, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Brahma's prayers, creative energy, and then we have seen that Chatush Kumar, they are entering the gates of Vaikuntha, and they are being obstructed by the Jay and Vijay and the curse, and that entire beautiful pastime happens here, right? And then there is a victory of, then these two doorkeepers, Jay and Vijay, they are going to be taking 3 more births as deadliest of the demons. And the first birth they come as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So the pastime of Hiranyaksha deliverance is being demonstrated here in the third canto, where Hiranyakashipu, we will meet Hiranyakashipu in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then there is, the discussion goes to Manu and the Manu's family, and then the glorious discussion of Kardamuni and Devahuti. There it goes, Devahuti's lamentation, and then 25 to 33 chapters, it's all about Kapila Muni Devahuti Samvad, where Kapila Muni is beautifully narrating the pastime, the Sankhya philosophy and concluding the Sankhya philosophy. So this is how this third canto is placed. Second canto was named as the cosmic manifestation. The fourth canto we are going to study, that is creation of the fourth order. And this is what the third canto is placed around. So what we will be doing is we will be reciting some of the important shlokas. So now where I'm taking these important shlokas from? His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu has come up with a very beautiful book that is called as Bhagavad Ratnamala. So in the Bhagavad Ratnamala, some important shlokas of this canto are being summarized for Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Siddha, the Bhakti Vaibhav and other study programs. So this is the place where we are going to take these important shlokas. So we will be reciting these shlokas and then we will, in couple of days, in coming days, we will see very brief summary of third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we'll move to the fourth canto. So I would like to very heartily congratulate all the devotees that we have walked through the third canto. It was not an easy canto. In fact, we are in the cycle of Srimad Bhagavatam's very deep study, and we will again going to meet third canto only after 8 years in our morning reading. So just like whenever some guest, very dear guest, leaves the house and we are always waiting for their next coming, we should be always waiting for this next coming of this third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which will happen only after almost 8 to 8.5 years, Krishna Vidi. So now we go ahead with the recitation. So first shloka is Srimad Bhagavatam 3.1.4. 3.1.4. Prabhuji, you can directly go to Google and type 3.1, SB 3.1.4. Correct. So we'll recite the shloka. Nahi alparthayodayastaśya
Nahi alparthodayastasya
vidurasya amalatmanah
vidurasya amalatmanah
tasmin variyasi prashnah
tasmin variyasi prashnah
sadhuvadopabhrmihitah
sadhuvadopabrohimmatah.
Translation.
Saint Vidura was a great and a pure devotee of the Lord, and therefore his questions to His Grace Rishi Maitreya must have been very purposeful, on the highest level, and approved by learned circles. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So there is a beautiful saying, quality of answers depends on the quality of questions. And here Vidurji is asking very pertinent questions. And whenever we see who is asking what, who is praying what, we should never miss the context. Vidura is the very seasoned politician, great personality, son of Ved Vyas himself, going through all the politics of Kauravas that is being, and Pandavas being the victim of that politics, still somehow safeguarding the interests of the Pandavas, being a great devotee of the Lord. And he, Vidura, who is author of the Vidura Niti, is going to ask. And therefore these questions are glorified. Next, 3.2.10. Devasya mayaya sprushta
Devasya mayaya sprishtah
ye chanya dasadaashritah
ye chanya dasadashritah
brahmyate dhir na tadvakyair
brahmyate dhirana tadvakyer
atmani upatatmano harau.
atmani upatatmanoharau.
Translation.
Under no circumstances can the words of a persons bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls.
Yeah. So this is Uddhava speaking to Vidurji. Under no circumstances can the words of the persons bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord deviate the intelligence of those who are completely surrendered souls. Right? So here it is that he spoke to me something is not the reason why we can or we misbehave or we behave out of our grace or dignity. So, yasminno udvijate loko, lokonno udvijate chaya. So this is the explanation here. Next verse, 3.2.20. Very famous verse of Bhagavatam. तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीरा
तथैव चान्येन लोकवीरा
आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम्
आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम्
नेत्रैः पिबन्तो नयनाभिरामम्
नेत्रैः पिबन्तो नयनाभिरामम्
पार्थस्त्रपूतः परमपदमापुरस्य
पार्थास्त्रपूतः पदमापुरस्य.
Translation.
Translation. Certainly others who were fighters on the battlefield of Kurukshetra were purified by the onslaught of Arjuna's arrows, and while seeing the lotus-like face of Krishna, so pleasing to the eyes, they achieved the abode of the Lord.
Yeah. So we'll take small discussion later, but I will just tell the next shloka. 3.2.23. So here this verse, Tathaiva Chanye Naralokavira. That many times people have this idea, why such a battle when Lord Krishna is there? Vadamapurasya. But all the warriors who died in front of Krishna, they went back home, back to Godhead. Vadamapurasya. They were purified by the arrows of the Supreme Lord, Partha Astra Putaha Padamapurasya, and then they attained the highest destination. So sometimes, that here Arjuna was not aware of this intention of the Supreme Lord. Correct? When he was unwilling to fight, he was giving 10 different reasons. I will not fight, I will not fight, I will not fight. Arjuna Vishad Yoga. But when Lord Krishna convinced Arjuna to fight, Arjuna fought and he became the instrument in sending 64 crore warriors back home, back to Godhead. Right. So this is Duryodhana Dushasan, they did not go because they were not killed in front of the Supreme Lord. I mean, sometimes people have this query. So this is the potency of acting on the plan of the Supreme Lord, acting as per the plan of the Supreme Lord. Next verse. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam.
अहोबकीयं स्तनकालकूटम्
जिघांसया अपायदप्यसाध्वी
जिघांसया अपाययत्साध्वी
लेभे गतिं धात्रिमुचितां ततोऽन्यम्
लेभे गतिं दात्रिमुचितां ततोऽन्यम्
कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम
तं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम.
Next verse 3.4.16. Yeah, translation.
Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast.
Yeah. So here it is. This is a very, very celebrated verse of Bhagavatam. We'll recite it 2 more times. And this is the verse which actually Shukadeva Goswami became attracted towards the Supreme Lord. The 2 specific verses, one is about this, and next is the beauty of the Lord, and this is the Daya of the Supreme Lord. Barahavat Pidam. That is the second verse which will come later. So, who can be more Dayalu than Lord Krishna? And here, Uddhava is saying, Aho Bakiyam, Putana Baki, sister of Bakasur, she applied Stanakala Kutam, Jighansaya, Apayatatapi Asatvi, such an unchaste lady. She took the form of a mother and applied Kalakut on the breast and wanting to feed the child. I mean, look at the ghastly plan it is. What did Lord Krishna say? Lord Krishna only saw my mother is approaching. Lebhe gatim dhatri muchitam tatonyam. And he awarded her the position of nurse, dhatri, in the spiritual world. Kam va dayalum sharanam brajema. Who can be more dayalu than the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So this is a very famous verse of Srimad Bhagavatam describing dayalu, compassionate nature of the Supreme Lord. So we'll recite it 2 times. अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटम्
अहो
अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटम्
जिघांसया अपायदप्यसाध्वी
जिघांसया अपाययत्
लेभे गतिं धात्रिमुचितां ततोऽन्यम्
लेभे
त्रिमुचितां ततोऽन्यम्
वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटम्
अहो
स्तनकालकूटम्
जिघांसया अपायकत्यसाध्वी
साध्वी
लेभे गतिं धात्रिमुचितां ततोऽन्यम्
लेभे
लेभे गतिं धात्र्युचितां ततोऽन्यम्
कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम
तं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम
So this is very amazing verse. So many times, or sometime when things do not go our way, or when things, we should always remember this beautiful verse of Uddhava narrating to Vidura that about Kam Vadayalum Sharanam Braje. Just give me a 1 minute. Yeah, the next shloka is 3.4.16. कर्माणि कर्माण्यस्य भवो भवस्य
कर्माणि हस्य भवो भवस्य ते
या कर्माणि हस्य भवो भवस्य ते
कर्माणि हस्य भवो भवस्ते
दुर्गाश्रया अथ हरिभयात् पलायनम्
दुर्गाश्रया अथारि भयात् पलायनम्
कालात्मनो यत् प्रमदायुताश्रमः
कालात्मनो यत् मदायुताश्रमः
स्वात्मनरेते खिदन्ति धीविधामः
स्वात्मननुते खिद्यति धीरधामिह.
Translation.
My Lord, even the learned sages become disturbed in their intelligence when they see that your greatness engages in fruitive work, although you are free from all desires, that you take birth although you are unborn, that you flee out of fear of the enemy and take shelter in port although you are the controller of invincible time, and that you enjoy householder life surrounded by many women although you enjoy in yourself.
Yeah. Next verse is 3.5.2. So here it says, My Lord, even the learned sages become disturbed in their intelligence when they see you engaged in different activities. And we have seen Narada Muni, he was not disturbed, but he was very excited. He was going through all the palaces and watching what Krishna is doing in this palace, that palace. Somewhere Krishna is teaching his children how to fight the war. Somewhere he's taking their studies. Somewhere he is relaxing with his wife, queens in Dwaraka. So, and what to speak of then Brahmaji getting bewildered and Indra getting bewildered. Muhyanti Yatsuraya. That is the nature of the Supreme Lord. Although the Lord is engaged in so many activities, he is free from any kartavya, karma, or any desire. He is Atmaram. He finds shelter only within himself. And this is how the Supreme Lord is. Next verse. Vidura Uvacha.
विदुर उवाच
उवाच
Sukhaya karmani karoti loke.
सुखाय
सुखाय
कर्माणि
कर्माणि
करोति
करोति लोको
न तैः सुखं वान्यदपारमं वा
न तैः
न तैः सुखं वान्यदुपारमं वा
विन्देत भूयस्तत एव दुःखम्
विन्देत भूयस्तथैव
एव
एव
दुःखम्
दुःखम्
तत्र युक्तं भगवान् वदेन्नः
यत्र
तदत्र
युक्तो
युक्तं
भगवान् वदेन्नः
O great, O great sage, everyone in this world engages in fruitive activities to attain happiness, but one finds neither satiation nor the mitigation of distress. On the contrary, one is only aggravated by such activities. Please, therefore, give us directions on how one should live for real happiness.
So here now, Vidurji is talking to Maitreya Muni, asking, Sukhaya karmani karoti loka. Everybody is trying different fruitive activities in search for happiness, but neither they are finding any satiation or mitigation of their distress. Only the aggravation of such activities, right? Therefore, give us the directions how to engage oneself in this world. Next verse, immediate next, 3.5.3. Very famous verse of Bhagavatam. जनस्य कृष्णाद् विमुखस्य दैवात्
जनस्य कृष्णाद्विमुखस्य
कृष्णादविमुखस्यैवाद्
दैवात्
धर्मशीलस्य सुदुःखितस्य
धर्मशीलस्य
अधर्मशीलस्य
सुदुःखितस्य
अनुग्रया हेयचरन्ति नूनम्
अनुग्रयायेह चरन्ति नूनम्
भूतानि भव्यानि जनार्दनस्य
भूतानि
भूतानि
भव्यानि
भव्यानि जनार्दनस्य
Translation.
Oh my Lord, great philanthropic souls travel on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So here Vidurji is talking to Maitreya Rishi and describing his glorifying before the inquiry, he's glorifying, saying that, my dear Maitreya Muni, Janasya Daivad Janasya Krishnad Vimukhasya Daivad. That personalities like you travel on the earth on the behalf of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to sense of subordination to the Supreme Lord. Anugraha ye charanti nunam bhutani bhamvyani janardanasya. Very famous verse. We'll just recite it 2 times. 3.5.3. जनस्य दैवाद् जनस्य कृष्णाद् विमुखस्य दैवात्
जनस्य कृष्णादविमुखस्य दैवात्
अधर्मशीलस्य सुदुःखितस्य
अधर्मशीलस्य सुदुःखितस्य
अनुग्रहायेह चरन्ति नूनम्
अनुग्रहायेह चरन्ति नूनम्
भूतानि भव्यानि जनार्दनस्य
भूतानि भव्यानि जनार्दनस्य
जनस्य कृष्णाद्विमुखस्य दैवात्
जनस्य
कृष्णादविमुखस्य
कृष्णादविमुखस्य
दैवात्
अधर्मशीलस्य सुदुःखितस्य
अधर्मशीलस्य
अधर्मशीलस्य
अनुग्रहायेह चरन्ति नूनम्
अनुग्रहाय चरन्ति नूनम्
भूतानि भव्यानि जनार्दनस्य
भूतानि
भूतानि भव्यानि
जनार्दनस्य
जनार्दनस्य.
The next is 3.5.13. 3.5.13. Sorry, we will 3.5.11 and then 13. So title of this verse is Krishna Katha cuts off the binding knots. Okay, very powerful verse.
Roji, please put slash after 5, then it will come.
Yeah, 3.5.11. कस्तृप्नया तीर्थपदोभिधानात्
कस्तुप्नुयातीर्थपदोभिधानात्
सत्रेषु वः सूरिभिरैड्यमानात्
सत्रेषु वः सुरभिरैक्यमानात्
यकर्णनाडिं पुरुषस्य यातो
यकर्णनाडिं
पुरुषस्य यातो
भवप्रदां गेहरतिं चिनन्ति
भवप्रदां गेहरतिं चिनन्ति.
Translation.
Who in human society can be satisfied without hearing sufficient talks of the Lord, whose lotus feet are the sum total of all places of pilgrimage, and who is worshipped by great sages and devotees? Such topics can cut off one's bondage to family affection simply by entering the holes of one's ears. Hare
So
Krishna.
Vidura is praying to Maitreya Muni. Who in the human society can be satisfied without hearing the sufficient talk of the Supreme Lord? So this includes both talk by the Supreme Lord Bhagavad Gita and talk about the Supreme Lord Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And Chaitanya Charitamrita. And such topics can cut off one's bondage. Now here Vidura has already renounced the world and he has. So for the grihasthas like us, such topics will purify one's affection, family affection, as they simply enter the holes of one's ears, right? So we are interested in purifying our association, purifying our family life, than giving up the family life. Correct? So this is the right connection to think of. Next shloka, 3.5.13. Yes. सा श्रद्धदानस्य विवर्धमाना
श्रद्धानस्य विवर्धमाना
विरक्तिमन्यत्र करोति पुंसः
विरक्तिमन्यत्र करोति पुंसः
हरे पदानुस्मृतिनिवृतस्य
हरे पदानुस्मृतस्य
पदानुस्मृतिर्वितस्य
समस्तदुःखापययमश्रुधत्ते
समस्तपापयपयं ददते.
Translation.
For one who is anxious to engage constantly in hearing such topics, Krishna Katha gradually increases his indifference towards all other things. Such constant remembrance of the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna by the devotee who has achieved transcendental bliss vanquishes all his miseries without delay.
Yeah. So very powerful shlokas by Vidurji. One who is anxious to be constantly hearing such topics, Krishna Katha, gradually increases his indifference towards all other things. He is being kicked out of his, kingdom. He's taken out his citizenship, family, all the wealth. And Vidura just walked out. He even if kept the bow also there on the, at the palace. But a devotee of the Lord can tolerate all these situations by the strength of Krishna Katha, right? Indifference and remembrance. Next one, last one for today, 3.5.15. Very beautiful verse. Essence of all topics, this is. तदस्य कौशारवशर्मदातु
तदस्य
कौशारवशर्मधातुर्
हरेर्कथामेव कथासु सारम्
हरे
कथामेव
कथामेव
कथासु
कथासुसारम्
उद्धृत्य पुष्पेभ्य इवार्तबन्धो
उद्धृत्य
उद्धृत्य पुष्पेभ्यैवार्तबन्धो
शिवाय न कीर्तयतीर्थकीर्तेः
शिवाय
शिवाय
कीर्तयतीर्थकीर्तेः
कीर्तयतीर्थकीर्तेः
Translation.
O Maitreya, O friend of the distressed, the glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as a bee collects honey from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. Read on.
Yeah, so he said, therefore, O Maitreya, O Artabandho, the friend of distressed, your Artabandho, the glories of the Lord alone can do good for people all over the world. Now, this is very important because something is good for India is bad for Pakistan. Something is good for Ukraine is bad for Russia. Something is good for Israel is bad for the counterpart. Right? But here only Krishna Katha has the potency to do good to everyone all over the world. Right? And therefore, just like the bees, they collect honey from the different flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics. Harer kathami va katha susaram, essence of all the topics, that is, topics of the Lord, Hari Katha. So our revision will continue for a few days. So we'll conclude here today and continue tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta
Jai.
Vrinda ki jai. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Jai.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhupada. Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu Dana Pranam. Hare Krishna.